That's pretty cool. I mean, again, that does give you a lot of peace of mind in what you do. But I think everybody out there is probably asking this question. You ready, Ellen?
Yeah.
What can I write off?
What can I write off?
What are the do's and don'ts? What are some easy ones that we miss? What are some ones that we do that we probably shouldn't be doing?
So, for the record, pets are not dependents.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pets are not employees. And I'm a pet owner, so that is.
I don't own pets, but I have beanie babies. Can I count them? No.
Man, if she said you could, how many cats would you have in the basement?
That reminds me of my all-time worst client, 42 cats in this house.
Oh, my God.
42.
Okay, so if I ever get to 42, Chris Allen, I implore you to save me.
Intervention?
There's definitely a problem.
Welcome to the Small Business Safari, where I help guide you to avoid those traps, pitfalls, and dangers that lurk when navigating the wild world of small business ownership. I'll share those gold nuggets of information and invite guests to help accelerate your ascent to that mountaintop of success. It's a jungle out there, and I want to help you traverse through the levels of owning your own business that can get you bogged down and distract you from hitting your own personal and professional goals. So strap in, adventure team, and let's take a ride through the safari and get you to the mountaintop.
Oh my God, Alan, we got to get started, get ready to rock and roll. We got to help people get better at business. You got to go through the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs. Just put out my newsletter. If you're not on that, you want to get somebody on that. I love my video that I put out there. But
I haven't read it yet.
All right. But this one's pretty good. Mia did a good job helping me out, get that message out there because we, I usually take the 4 episodes from the month prior and kind of weave together what I took away from it. And this one was, the first episode was Chris kicking down a door. And unfortunately, that employee is no longer with me. And that was a low, as it were. Yes, very low.
Especially for the door.
The door, and now is highlighted saying, Chris did this. Thank you to the team at the office for letting everybody know what I did. Thank you very much. Then we talked about some highs, and that's what happens. You can't be too high or too low when you're running a business. And frankly, when I go through the lows, they're low, and I got to really work myself hard to make sure I stay in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's hard, man, especially for me.
No, I know. You're a mercurial guy. It's part of what makes you you, though.
Look at you in that 25-cent word again, mercurial.
I got it out before the bourbon kicked in because it won't come out the same.
Yeah, it never is the same when the bourbon starts kicking in, guys. We love this show. I love doing this. We've been doing this now for over 4.5 years and have... Somebody asked me on in a meeting that I was at, and they came up and asked me about the podcast. Hey, I just started listening to it. I'm like, oh yeah, we've been doing it for a while. Don't go back to listen to those first couple though. I said, no, I'm not. I'm kidding. But we did do it with basically my cell phone in the middle of the desk, and that's how we started. So there we go. So now look at us. We got all kinds of fancy stuff on. What do you think of that, Melissa?
We've come a very long way.
We have.
And I'm going to introduce our guest in a minute, but not until I tell you, as you guys may or may not know, I do a radio show here in Atlanta highlighting great contractors for homeowners. And I met these ladies, and, my son, fluent in Spanish, very excited. She was a Hispanic lady. And I said, yeah, got your last name. Perfect. We bring it in. And I say, welcome to the All Four Seasons Home Show. Get it going. Thanks, Dan, our sponsor. Chris, I'm your favorite handyman. And here is, and I just killed it. I mean, it wasn't even close, not even the right syllable.
Killed it bad.
Oh, horrible. Just totally threw it out. Thank God it was taped, so they were able to rewind, and I just called her by her first name from then on out. And she's a real.
Did you get to shoot it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we don't do it live, thank God. But it was so she was 1, nervous. 2, she was ready to go. It was on point, and I just killed her name. And killing a Latina's name is. Melissa gave me that look.
Acceptable.
Thank you. If I didn't feel any worse, I feel worse now. Thank you, Melissa. So I will rock this name. You ready?
Yeah, I try to incept you in a way that would mess it up, and that's what started the whole story.
I can't do it. I know you were trying to put that in there, but not this guy, not this seasoned professional on the podcast mic, making it happen, making it rock. Here we are, K106. No, we're on the Small Business Safari, so let's get going. We have Melissa Kennebrew on here from MBK Financials, MBK Financials. And We've talked about this. I put this in the book. BNI was a big part of how I started my business and grew it through networking. I have a whole section dedicated in my book, From the Zoo to the Wild, talking about this. Even got Ivan Meisner himself from BNI to put it forward in the book, and that was pretty cool. He said he was a little leery at first, but
You notice what he's doing? He's already dropped the radio show. He's dropped the book. Pretty soon it's going to be, when I was president of NARI.
thank you.
I mean, go
Please let me continue to name drop, Kelly.
Self-aggrandize. Go on.
That's what I do. I have delusions of grandeur, my friends. So I believe in BNI. So I went and subbed for one of my guys at BNI, and
When you get in with the people again, Chris.
that's what. In fact, that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I said. I said, you know what? I'm going to go back in and be a man of the people, because you can't have a president of NARI or the United States, whatever. We're about the same. You've got to be in touch with the people, right, Alan?
Kiss my ring. I want all these people to kiss my ring.
So I kept the crown and the scepter, and I still have the robe. I want everybody thinking right now how James Brown used to come on out and sing, and that's exactly how I rolled it, with the robe and the hat. I'm going with that. No,
Go on.
I did. I came on out. So I did. I went back. I was a man of the people. Get in the BNI. They had a nice little breakfast brought to you by one of the other BNI members, and it was a great breakfast. But what happens in every BNI is somebody gets to highlight themselves and talk for 10 minutes. And that day we had Melissa speak, and I sat back and, was kind of surveying the audience and wasn't even thinking about a podcast guest. But when she got done talking, I was like, we got to get her on here, man. Because she was talking to people, pointing at people, talking to this lady, and the lady's like, you're right. Yep. No, I shouldn't have done that. Yep. You're right. He looked at another guy, he goes, yep, you're right. I know I shouldn't have done that. Yes, you fixed it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get her on to help other people get the good word of MBK Financials out. But Melissa, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm so excited to be
Cheers.
here. Cheers.
Cheers. We're drinking out of our small business safari glasses.
Thank you for having me on the podcast. I am just excited to be here with you all today.
So let's rewind for a little bit, because you said something. You said, hey, when I came to your house, I didn't realize you were in this subdivision, and I used to be here a lot when I was a kid. So you were born and raised here.
Yes. So actually 3 generations, myself, my dad, my grandmother all grew up in Duluth, Johns Creek, with, however you want to call it these days. But my family is from here. And when I was young, a few short years ago, one of my good friends moved into this neighborhood, and we spent so much time together. And I remember when she moved here, because we lived down the street from each other before. So we had to drive all the way over from Duluth proper over to this side of town. But I loved it over here. I was very comfortable coming in and felt good to be back in this area.
Well, good. We're bringing her back home, Alan.
Yeah.
Although she's been here way longer than I have, clearly, and definitely a lot longer than you. In fact, when she said she was a kid, I'm pretty sure I probably was one of the old guys yelling at her, going, "Hey, kid, get off the yard, get off there, get off that grass, get off my grass, kid."
Yeah.
So
do the kids still go through with golf carts?
they do. We still. I got it. It's all teed up in the garage right now. Now it's the old man driving through the golf carts. But yes, I can show you the war wounds of what my kids did to our golf cart. Well, I got a low rider, a low rider. You know how they have the tops over the golf carts? We all know that. Well, this one's been bent back. So when you get in, a tall gentleman like yourself, Alan, would probably hit it. But I got the low rider.
Were they trying to make the garage door? Is that, as it was closing?
Well, I
Like
always
Indiana Jones in a golf cart?
So they think that the statute of limitations are over. They're 27 and 24 now. And I was last year yelling at my daughter saying it was you. And she looked at my son and said, "You better come clean." And he goes, "It was really me, Dad." I was like, "It was you?"
All these years.
All these years. It was him who took it out. Yeah. No, he tried to go into a tree on the golf course that he shouldn't be at night, trying to go watch the fireworks. Yep. Not golfing. Yep. So bad kids. They think they had it so hard in here. I love telling them that too, is that they're like, "Oh, Dad, life's so hard." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. You should write the book, Inside the Gates." It's so hard.
Inside the gates. Yes, I will admit, every time I was on a golf court riding through this neighborhood, it was never for golf.
Yeah, I'm sure you were doing this, and you probably came over here and you probably trick or treated here, didn't you? That was my best ever. I loved doing that. I loved taking them around for that. So it was so good. Because back in the day, they had a hot dog guy, they had a full candy bar person, and they had somebody who owned a store, a toy store, and gave away toys. And I was like, man, I want to get on this action.
That's nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's funny how the word spreads with the kids, like who's giving out the whole candy bars.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Right? All right, we got to get into this, man. Let's help everybody. Let's get after this. So, how'd you get into this business?
Great question.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
It is.
We
It
keep
is.
count. It is not a good question.
We do have a competition.
There,
It was a decent
so we
question.
got some good ones coming.
Okay, good.
So, how did I get into this? So, I spent the first part of my career in finance and accounting and became this liaison between the number crunchers and the technical people. And I realized that I had a very good knack for communicating between different groups. And as you can imagine, in the tax space, we are decoding some pretty heavy information that most individual taxpayers and small business owners really don't understand. So while I was working my corporate job, on the side, I said, I need to help people with tax. And client number one was my parents. My parents had every scenario you could imagine, from W-2 income, retirement income, rental income, investment income, and tax time was pretty stressful for them. And so I said, hey, yeah,
It is stressful.
it is stressful. So I said, hey, let me do your taxes. And my dad looked like, this is the worst idea you've ever had. And my mom was like, yeah, baby girl, go for it. And so I really taught myself on my own initially. Now, yes, I have multiple degrees and many letters behind my name, but this space is something that, to be very honest with you, each individual's tax profile is different. And so the best way to learn is experience.
Is practicing on your parents.
How about that? So, practice on your parents. There is absolutely no way I could have ever done my dad's taxes, which, by the way, he volunteers and does retirees' taxes as a retiree. But yeah, I hate taxes. So, all right. So you're working the side hustle on the taxes. Started with mom and dad, but
Your face went so dark when you said that.
what's that?
It's just like you just crunched up like a little kid. I hate taxes.
I do hate taxes. I mean, you know what? Mikey likes it. No, Mikey doesn't like it. I hate all of it. Everything about it. I am the first guy who says extension. An extension. He's like, no, you're done. I'm like, damn it. So you're doing the corporate gig, starting the side hustle, and figured out maybe I got a knack. And so you did something that we talk about here quite a bit because Al and I both did it too. And you took that leap from getting the consistent paycheck every 2 weeks, the 401k taken out, getting the match, having somebody pay for your health care. And you said, you know what? I'm going to go out there and start my own biz and become my own person.
Yes, I said, I hate myself. Clearly, this is why I should go do this. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, I left unlimited PTO. I'm left an amazing career.
That's when she said she hated herself.
Bingo.
Yeah.
She goes, no, I'm just kidding. I'm like, nah, trust me.
Yeah.
It's all right.
We know.
It's just us here.
We
Just
know.
us.
No, know what I'm talking about. And I really spiritually felt like God called me to go out on my own. And for record keeping purposes, the prior year, my side hustle had not paid me enough to pay 1 month's worth of expenses, certainly not 12. But I said, let's do it anyway.
Leap of faith.
Leap of faith. So January 2021, I went on my own, full-time into business. And May of 2021, I joined BNI because I was like, where are the clients?
Hey, shingles open. You're sitting in the office. You're like, I'm here. I'm right here. I'm right here. Shingles out there on the street. Hey, how come you're not all streaming in? Isn't that funny how business just doesn't come to you like you think it's gonna? Alan, tell me about it. All right.
So that was a little disappointing at first, but then things started to pick up.
So here you are. Tell us a little bit more. We talked about tax, but tell us what you really are working with the small business people and what your specialty is.
Absolutely. So, because of the way my business started, I still absolutely help individuals who just need their taxes filed. Hey, it's tax time. I just need my taxes filed. Let's get those pushed out the door. And we still help those individuals, but now we've moved into a space where our core base is either high net worth individuals who need tax planning. We're meeting multiple times throughout the year, typically in a collaborative manner with their financial advisor and potentially their attorney. Just depends on what their needs are. And the sweet spot, small businesses. So small businesses, as you can imagine, that day that you put the shingle on the door, your tax needs may not be that complex. But as time goes on, you do the right things, you meet the right people. Now you may need bookkeeping services. You may need some estimate planning, some cash flow planning. We also do profit first, if you're familiar with the profit first methodology.
Mike McAllowitz, right?
Yeah. Buddy. I have I go to the Profit First conference each year, so I get pictures with him.
You do? All right. Well, you know what? Put a word in for us because I haven't reached out to him yet, but I want to get him on the pod.
Oh.
Done.
I
know. We'll get him.
I got you.
All right. We're in.
So,
are you excited about that, Ellen?
I'm just more curious how she can help you write off all your Vegas trips.
We're going to that.
Okay.
Hey, we'll talk offline.
A second glass of bourbon?
Or really right now. Yeah. Actually, let me get another little shot. All right. So you kept saying us. And I love that because we said 21, side hustle, and then I'm going to make this thing a full gig. You are not a solopreneur.
I am not a solopreneur. Thank you so much for asking that question. And that is an adjustment, right?
That's not two.
Yes, he's good at this.
See that?
So as you can imagine,
Larry will get you everywhere.
Everywhere.
I waited out in the room for her up front.
All right, Alan, you waited. All right, you get something. All right, you get one. But still 2-1.
Taxes and finance are one of the, most intimate parts of your life. And while I would love to pretend that I am just the queen of all things tax and finance, I have an amazing team standing beside me that help me get things done, whether it be from the office management. Our office isn't far from here, right in Duluth, whether it be from social media, whether it be from client success. We have a CPA on the team. We have an enrolled agent on the team. And we have people that really care. One of the most important aspects of being a part of the MBK team is caring about our clients. So often people go into an accountant's office and it's like, yeah, check a box. Yep, here's your results. We really care for our clients. I have shed more tears than I would like to admit over tax results.
Me too. Alan?
A few here and there, but I think it's important for clients to know that.
I'm to block this out, Chris.
I know this.
I'm trying to, be involved in this conversation, but then just not remember the dark times.
I know. So I'll tell you, but the best one, which is why I'm sitting here today, it started 18 years later, is I got my big boy job. I was in consulting, and Alan's heard this story, but I was in consulting. I was on my way to that $1 million guy, $1 million partner at Accenture. And I got poached from a local bank, regional bank here called SunTrust. And she said, name your number. And I named a number. And she says, I'll just add 10% to that. And then I didn't realize that you also get these other things like stock options and restricted stock. And then, oh, by the way, the 401k and then the highly compensated. I got all this other stuff that I had no idea what was going on. So I just said, okay, great. So I joined and I squealed my wheels home 21 miles door to door. And I probably did it in about 21 minutes. And this is Atlanta, baby. I can run it. But yeah, that's right. No cops. But when that first year hit, after it was done, I walked in and my tax guy says, CPA says, you owe this much. I'm like, I don't have that much. He goes, I said, well, what do rich people do? He goes, they do what you're doing. I'm like, I'm not a rich guy. He goes, well, you might want to think about starting your own business.
Correct.
I was like, ah. So give us some advice. All right. So actually, let's go back to this. So your team can help people. Your sweet spot, high net worth clients, small business. I know that's where your heart's at because I saw you speak and talk about it at BNI, and so many people in there you've touched. You could tell. So what do you help people with when they come to you? What are you usually seeing?
So I see, and it's funny, two main issues, right? I would say the very first one is either a new business who doesn't yet have the revenue they need to make things happen, right? If you just start a business and let's say you hit six figures, which, in this society, six figures is like this magical number. And people don't realize that hitting six figures in small business means you have a 5-digit tax bill that you're typically not prepared for. And so now you've made it, but you haven't. Where's the money? Just like the conversation you had with your CPA, how am I supposed to pay this? And so what I often find is that small businesses who are just starting, they don't know what to write off. They don't have good record keeping. They don't have good document retention. So the goal there is to make sure that they're writing off as much as possible and we're limiting their tax liability as best we can. That's one major bucket.
So we're not talking, and I love this. There's phrases too, and you'll tell me the right ones. And so I'll pay them. That's the government, Alan. I'll pay them what I owe them, but I don't want to pay them any more than I owe them. So I'm not trying to cheat them. So I know there's tax avoidance is the right word.
Tax evasion is illegal. Tax avoidance is 100% legal.
That's what she said at BNI. I remember. That's right. And I was keying her up for her tagline: tax avoidance, not tax evasion.
Correct. Because we want to stay within our legal boundaries.
Bastards taking all my money. All right.
And then that second bucket is those that have made the money, right? And you can hit the 500K plateau. You can hit the $2 million plateau. These are regular plateaus that small business owners see. But are they prepared? So the cash flow feels like it's there. They're in a good place, but are they prepared when tax time comes? And that's when we start looking at cash flow management and a tool such as Profit First to ensure that we are prepared when tax time comes and we're not spending money unnecessarily, the mad dash the last week of December to try to cram in expenses. Or I have some clients who...
Daddy's new truck.
Yes. Who bought a truck?
The bigger one of us.
We both. Too. It's totally fine. I totally understand. But once again, we want to make prepared decisions so that we're not acting reactively. We're proactive in our decisions.
So we've mentioned Profit First. Just give us a quick overview of what that is and what that discipline brings to you.
Yeah. So what I love about Profit First is Profit First works how a business owner works. So typically a business owner gets up, opens their phone and checks their bank account. What can I spend? What can I do today? What decisions can I make based on what's in my bank account? Versus on the 10th of the month when I'm issuing financial statements, cash flow, profit and loss, balance sheet, and I send it over to a business owner and they don't look at it ever. So we are moving away from just pure financial statement management of businesses. And you've been in consulting just like I have. Those statements are important. I am not saying that small business owners shouldn't get those statements, shouldn't understand them. But I also understand that when you're running a business, you're running the business. So let's be able to look at our bank account and easily be able to see I have this much in my operating account. I have this much for taxes already set aside. I have this much set aside in my profit account, and I can take my family on vacation this summer wherever I want to go. So Profit First is a methodology for cash flow management, but it's using a bank balance view versus a financial statement view.
Well said. That is a great summary. I have to, you know what? That was a great comment. She gets one, no.
So you're still winning.
That's right. I just want to say it's 2-1-1. but I gave her one. All right.
I love it.
You're
All
so magnanimous.
That's right. That's how I go. So
He's a benevolent dictator.
that's right. Continue. Can we go back? Can I go back to our guest,
Whatever you
please?
want, buddy.
All right. Thank you. Let me tell you a story, Alan. About Melissa. No, I'm kidding. All right. So as you work with them, you talked about how these guys get in, start working with you, don't have a real good feel for what's going on. Give us one of those best turnaround stories, or wow, this is the one where Mama's a little proud of her little pup.
Absolutely. And I wish there was one standout story. We have some really amazing experiences with people, not just from a profit first perspective, but really just a preparedness perspective. But one of my favorite stories is a client whom we implemented profit first for. We started doing these transfers, which now pretty much all of this process is automated. But basically, based on your income, there's an allocation percentage based on where you are today and where you're trying to go for how much goes into operating expense, owner's compensation, taxes, and profit. And about 7 months in to this program, my client calls me up and she's like, guess what I did? And I was like, what? She's like, I just booked my family a vacation to Aruba. And I was like, can I go?
Right.
Like,
That's
more to the story.
right. So you're inviting me?
Yeah,
That's what I would have been. Again, not that it's always all about Chris, but maybe a little bit about Melissa. I think I might have met my match, Alan.
Two peas in a pod. But she said, no, I used my profit account. The money is there. I don't have to wonder, when can I take my family on vacation? What can I afford? The money is sitting there. And I was like, and that's what it's for. And we have not had a situation with this particular client. When tax time comes, there are no tears. Yes, this is the number, but check this account ending in 123. The money is sitting there, ready and waiting.
That's pretty cool. I mean, again, that does give you a lot of peace of mind in what you do. But I think everybody out there is probably asking this question. You ready, Alan?
Yeah.
What can I write off?
What can I write off?
What are the do's and don'ts? What are some easy ones that we miss? What are some ones that we do that we probably shouldn't be doing?
So, for the record, pets are not dependents.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pets are not employees. And I'm a pet owner. So that is.
I don't own pets, but I have Beanie Babies. Can I count them? No.
But man, if she said you could, how many cats would you have in the basement?
That reminds me of my all-time worst client, 42 cats in this house.
Oh my God.
42.
Okay. So if I ever get to 42, Chris Allen, I implore you to save me.
Intervention?
There's definitely a problem. So I get that question a lot. So I always start there about security animals and all these things as it relates to pets. We should not lean in that space.
All right. So pets, no. So I will not be getting any pets.
What we should be doing, what we should be doing as small business owners is think about the aspects of our life that truly end up related to our business that we have not yet considered. So oftentimes you will see business owners go and buy fancy toys to try to alleviate a tax liability when all you're doing is moving dollars from a tax bucket to a toy bucket. What I would ask is, what parts of your life should be a part of your business that aren't?
Hiring the right people shouldn't feel overwhelming. At Smart Hire Solutions LLC, they take a smarter, more human approach to hiring. Smart Hire Solutions helps you get the right candidates, carefully vets, presents only the best fits for sales roles, lead technicians, key team members, in home services, construction, and many more. No resume pile nightmares, no wasted time. Today's labor market is tough to navigate, and having the Smart Hire Solutions LLC team on board makes it smooth sailing. Founder Tina McKenna brings decades of real-world experience, not only in recruiting, but in marketing. She runs this thing like a business that's involved with you. Check out their fresh approach at yoursmarthire.com. That's yoursmarthire.com. Or connect with Tina McKenna on LinkedIn. That's Tina McKenna with Smart Hire Solutions, LLC, yoursmarthire.com. Is a jet ski is a jet ski considered a personal like it helps me meditate better? No? That would be a toy.
Medical, but I still feel like we're reaching a bit.
It's kind of a team building tool,
Right?
don't you think?
It is, because the more I'm out there by myself, the better the
happier
team
the team
works.
is.
But
Pontoon boat. I got
But
that.
seriously, Alan and Chris, you'll lament this, having been in the consulting world, because so was I. You may recall the number of times your organization went on a conference, a trip, a bonus acknowledgement for things that were done in the organization. And those are things that, quite honestly, I think more small business owners need to take advantage of, whether it be doing opportunities for engagement and education with clients. We don't necessarily have to bring folks to our backyard to engage with them. We can take them to the coast. We can
To the Ritz.
take them to the Ritz.
How about if I go to the Ritz and they all zoom into it?
What if you invite everybody to the Ritz, but they don't come for some reason? Can you still write that up?
The intent is there.
Ooh.
I'm on
Now we're onto something. Hey, good job, Alan. You know what?
That's a good question.
1.5 to 2.
So if
No,
the,
it's too-
if the
That's a
invitation
good one,
gets
though. That's good.
stuck in your outbox, there's nothing, we can't control that piece.
I am invited to that party.
or the wrong Ritz, maybe.
The wrong Ritz. Ritz crackers show up at your house. I was like, I thought we were going to the Ritz. I said, no, you're getting Ritz.
Yes. But if you are a small business owner, this is what I find more often than not. There are so few days that you're not working in your business. So what parts of your life are really business? Are you really selling? Those are the things you need to be considering when you look at write-offs.
All right, let me ask a question, because I've been told this for years, is that I have an office, so don't even try to do the home office thing. You have an office. If you do that, that's going to set you up for an audit, which that one, if I said I hate taxes, let me tell you what I think about audits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ellen. So don't do that, right?
Do not do that.
Yeah,
But you have multiple businesses.
we do.
Does every business have an office?
No,
Ooh, she gave you a knowing look. Unpack that.
please.
Please.
What am I doing?
What is
I feel like I'm in your podcast office now.
You are. That's in the other business, Alan.
But that's still, you're saying it triggers an audit if you have a home office.
That's what I've heard.
The home office potential audit is if you also have a physical office for your business. So you have to have a dedicated office space for your business, but nothing precludes you from having multiple businesses.
Well, I do have multiple businesses. As we
Yeah, so you do. So in other words, the
podcast
small business
actually-
safari is here. This would be the office.
yeah, and actually, I haven't even thought about it. I'll bring it up. As we've been doing this for 4.5 years, Alan said, "Why are we doing this?" I said, "Because I love getting together with you and drinking." Which is true. But I wanted to build a community. But with that community, eventually, I want to be able to consult and coach with. So here we are. I'm getting ready to start that. Here we are in the beginning of 26. By the end of 26, I probably should. I expect to start building up clientele to do some coaching. So I will take that LLC that I had parked for a while, because right now the Small Business Safari is creating an exact total of minus bourbon, whatever that is, and minus podcast production, and with very little sponsorship. Although we do have a sponsor, Alan, and it has helped. And that's
We've done a lot of great things out there.
and we have
We've
connected a lot of great
people.
In fact, we've even got a guy a date. I mean, that's pretty cool on a podcast about
We sold a
business.
franchise, got a guy a date. All kinds of good stuff.
We've sold a franchise, got a guy a date, connected another guy with a business opportunity across the country. I'm sorry, across the pond from Australia
Oh, wow.
to here. So, yeah, we've done a lot of good people.
Great things.
We're doing great things for everybody else, Alan. And that's why you're here
We know
giving. See, she even started with this is a God thing, right? I mean, that's what we're doing, Alan.
We're
Hey,
doing God's work.
all right. We're doing
We're doing God's work. It just be nice to get paid once in a while. It's just not the same currency.
God, Alan.
Even some manna would be
Why do I laugh so hard?
fall on the
See,
ground.
now I'm laughing hard at your jokes in the pod. When I go back and listen to them, I'm laughing more at your jokes than my jokes, and that sucks.
That
All right.
makes you so mad.
It does make me mad. No, it doesn't.
Oh,
You're,
goodness.
you're kind of a funny guy.
Mm. What are you looking?
Can we get back to Melissa? What else can we write off?
Yeah. What else can Chris? When we say we mean Chris. What else can Chris?
What other items? So the same thing is going to be true. And I don't know, I know at least two of your businesses, but I don't know all the businesses that you have. But once again, think about intent. Think about the type of businesses that you have. Think about the ways that you're growing those businesses. There's some, with newer businesses, yes, there's some restrictions on how much you can spend on startup costs and things of that nature. But keep in mind that there's a misnomer that people think that you can only have losses for 3 years. Many small businesses don't make money. Probably most of America's small businesses don't make money.
Wow.
It's not that you can't make money. You should be making money, but it is not surprising if your expenses exceed your income.
Wow. That's a
Sobering.
gold nugget and sobering. It is. I mean, well, we'll go back to it. It was true losses. I mean, for me, it was 3 years before I started making money because I started in 2008. I poured a lot of money into the marketing and the business to get it going. But I was up against this huge headwind that I couldn't see as much as everybody else probably. No, nobody could see that.
So when Chris replaces the door he kicked in, is that a training expense? Is it a capital improvement? I mean, what bucket do you put that in?
Where was the door?
It's motivational.
Well, it was in the conference room.
The office.
Mhm.
It was at the office.
Repairs and maintenance expense.
It's just simple repairs and maintenance. Okay.
Thank you, Alan, for bringing that up here again. Back to the lows. Again, probably in the next book, will I put? Yeah, actually, I'm going to put that because I've been thinking about this.
Every once in a while, you got to kick a hole in the door.
So every once in a while, you got to drop the F-bomb, a well-placed F-bomb. That's in my first book. But yes, every once in a while, you need to kick a door down.
Okay.
There we go. Melissa, we're coming up
Can
on
you
the
see
end.
what kind of coach he'll be?
I
mean, you cry with your clients. Imagine what he does.
excited.
Yeah.
Excited to see what this coaching looks like.
This is going to be coaching.
You guys could refer each other. Oh, you wanted somebody to care? Hey, here's Melissa.
Yeah. You want somebody's going to kick you in the ass?
Here's Chris.
Melissa's going to go, today it looks like you need an ass kicking. Hey, Chris.
Chris,
Chris, can you he just needs a couple hours, a little bit of your tough love.
Good cop, bad cop. You should be in the same office.
Oh, look at you putting people together. You did it again.
Yeah, I know.
Alan,
Makes my wife's so mad. Benefit everybody else.
You benefit everybody else. You're a good man for it, Alan, and it will pay us back. We know that because we give back to you guys every week. We do this thing. We brought Melissa on. Melissa, how can everybody find you? And then we're going to wrap up with a couple more things.
Absolutely. So our office is in Duluth, Georgia. Our office number is 770-306-2386. And the website is www.mbkfinancialservices.com. And I look forward to seeing you all.
I love this. All right, we got to keep going, though. All right.
Wait.
What?
Do they have to be a Georgia business?
They do not have to be a Georgia business. And Alan, thank you so much for asking that.
2.5 to 3.
All right, fine. Good question, Alan. That was a big miss. All right. So which client is the furthest away from you?
My furthest client, it's funny. I actually just got back from Colorado this weekend. I spent the weekend with 6 or so clients over 5.5 days, which was fun.
Can you write off a lift ticket?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to know where'd you go?
Denver and Fort Collins.
I am so jelly right now. All right, but you go to resorts? You went to the ski resorts?
No,
Oh.
it was all work,
What?
but it was great. It was
You know what? We're on the podcast, but the IRS isn't listening. Are you sure it was all work?
Just wink or tug your ear a little bit.
Thank you, baby. All right, now we're talking. We went to Breckenridge. I knew it.
Yes.
Keystone, maybe? I don't know. I just passed up going out there. Oh, I'm not going to be able to ski this year. I don't know yet. I'm going to see if I can sneak one in later.
Should.
I know. I'm not getting any younger. and these knees aren't going to last much longer.
Absolutely.
Wow, what a great place out there, right? Colorado. So Colorado that's where your farthest place is.
So it's funny. I have clients in California and I have clients in Canada. So
Other countries.
Yeah,
How'd I do it? You like that?
I did like
She
that.
set it up. I set it down.
so I'm not exactly sure. I would probably say California, but
Yeah. No, I love my Canadian friends. I know they're a little disappointed. We're recording this one right after the Olympics, where the U.S. hockey team went 2-0 in the gold medals, and I got to see both of them, and it was glorious. It was awesome. So
I mean, you got to love somebody getting their teeth knocked out and then scoring the winning goal.
scoring the winning goal.
I mean, come on.
And then the women's game, what had happened there was, gosh, we're coming to the end. I got to tell you anyway. So I was back in the office. I've been running estimates. I'm in the soup right now, kind of rebuilding the sales team. So I'm out there running estimates. I get back to the office. I know the game's on. I don't want to watch. So I got in, I turned it on, and I had it recorded, and it went right to live. And I was pissed. I'm like, oh, no. And they were down. It was 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the women's game. And they had pulled the goalie. For those who don't love hockey, that means you're at total risk. That all it takes is one random shot and you're done.
It's desperation mode all in.
That you know what?
They're all in.
Chips are all in. And actually, I can tie this right back into the small business safari. That's what it's like being in the business. That's like being in business by yourself, man.
Yeah.
You're rolling it all the time. You got all your chips in, and then bang, man, Hillary Knight knocks that sucker. She tips it in perfectly, takes it to overtime, and then we win the game. And then Keller killed it, and that was awesome. And then you're right, Jack Hughes is, if he's not the poster boy of hockey, but that totally helped U.S. hockey. But back to this, can we please, Alan? Where were we?
I forgot where we were. I was
All right.
just reliving the
Well,
moment.
she was out in Colorado, and I'm so jealous because it's such a beautiful country
Oh, we're
out
back
there.
to jealousy. That's right. Not back to our guest. Back to you.
Right? I was jealous of my guest
Yes.
because she's there.
it's
And
the thing.
all right, thank you. All right, Melissa Kennebrew, MBK
Only
Financials.
could write jealousy off. That would be, man, you'd be loaded.
I would be loaded. You know what? Uncle Sam wouldn't see a dime. And why do we call him Uncle Sam? My dad's name was Sam. He wasn't Uncle Sam. He was my dad. And the text going to him doesn't work. You know, I'd love to do our final four, but man, we got more to talk about. Or do we want to do the final four? I'll let you.
We got to do them quick.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Rapid fire. In fact, that's exactly what this episode's called now, according to AI, because we've been working on our summaries. And it calls this the rapid fire. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Boom.
Go.
What's a book you would refer to our small business safari audience?
Atomic Habits.
Nice. That's James Cleary. Beautiful. Love that. What's the favorite feature of your home?
My loft.
Loft. Why your loft?
It's just kind of like the unstructured place. As you can imagine, my life is very structured.
Oh, there's no doubt. You guys, check her out on YouTube. This chick's put together. I mean, it's like everything's in the right place, and she does tax account. She has got to have structure.
Yes.
So the loft is your place to get away and get crazy.
It's free.
I love that.
Yes.
Alan?
No, I'm married to an accountant, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally-
He just spent an hour with his wife.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get away. What? No, that's me, not you. All right.
That is totally you.
All right. Number 3. One of the things we haven't talked a lot about here, but you help out people, but we talk about customer service a ton because we're kind of customer service
Freaks.
crazy about it. What's a customer service pet peeve of yours when you're out and you're the customer?
The customer is always right.
No, they're not.
They're not.
No, they're not. Some of them are
That's
really dumb.
stupid.
Yes.
Because customers are stupid.
Yes.
With
You have
two
to-
O's.
Right.
Small business, as you know, right? We have to maintain relationships, reputation. There's so much that comes along with it, but I'm sure I'm not the only one in the room that has had to fire a customer before. The customer is not always right.
That is gold. Actually, what I put on our vision plaque is the customer first. The customer's first. But the customer's not always right, especially when it comes to their home.
I like
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, does that mean I get another one? All right, let's go. All right, last one.
I'm just thinking about all the opportunities for you could have a customer in front of you, like where you push them down the stairs, or the first and you knock them off a cliff.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
You know,
that is a really well written statement, Chris.
I customer first, not customer right. Customer first down the stairs. Customer first underneath the hammer. Customer first putting their finger inside the chop saw. Did you say you weren't going to pay?
Oh,
All right. I wish you could do like that. That would be a better way to get money instead of saying, "Yeah, I'm not paying you." All right.
you seen Casino?
Thank you, Ellen. Don't worry.
Did you knock your TV off over there?
I did actually. I'll tell you why in a little while.
Things.
No, I didn't kick that. I was
Oh.
fixing something. And I'm getting ready to remodel that area anyway. So quit looking at that. Please, you made Melissa look at a crooked TV. I know. I was trying to fix something back there and it didn't work. So I went upstairs.
Just sold your house and went moved to another one with a straight TV.
Did I mention handyman? I could fix anything. All right. But don't worry, I can fix it. So speaking of that crooked TV, thank you, Alan. What's a DIY nightmare story of yours other than your friend on a podcast pointing out your crooked TV as a handyman?
Very good. Very good question.
That's the best.
As it relates to,
No, you don't get that's a standard.
Oh,
That's not a new.
all right, fine. Go.
Still,
but I'm going. So my DIY story is actually about the trusted toolbox. So a small project, but in fairness, I have a lot of projects that are small projects because everyone in my house is under 5'3". So sometimes we need help getting things done. And I got new smoke detectors and tried to put them in and failed miserably. So all around my house, there were either missing smoke detectors, dangling smoke detectors, a lot of beeping. It was very stressful for a while until the trusted toolbox came in. And I don't know if the gentleman was just taller than us or he had a ladder, but either way, he had the tools that he needed.
Maybe the right skills as the trusted toolbox. Thank you, Alan.
Because we did not.
I love that. So
training.
So there you go. The trusted toolbox. We save you from yourself. Oh, I love that. Melissa Kennebrew has knocked it out of the park, guys. If you learn something, that's on you, man. You got to keep running up. You know what? You can either listen to Sports Talk Radio. You can listen to the Olympics, which are all over now, so you can't listen to them anymore. You can listen to radio. You can listen to music. Or you can get yourself better. Listen to this podcast. You just made yourself better. If you learned something today, that's on you. Go out there, make another day happen, make another week happen, make another month happen. We got to keep going every day up the mountain. Let's get out of here. We got to roll.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Small Business Safari. Remember, your positive attitude will help you achieve that higher altitude you're looking for in the wild world of small business ownership. And until next time, make it a great day to get your